Hey there, Leo. I hope you guys are doing really well. I want to go ahead and get into an oracle and tarot reading for you. I apologize for all the noise going on. It's a busy morning and it's warm enough to open the windows, and so it just feels like we need fresh air and the energy moved. Yeah, feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment if you wish. If you want a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. Leo, your oracle energy today is here and now. This is about being in the present moment. It's about being grounded. It's looking at situations for what they are rather than what we would like them to be. And so it's saying don't fantasize about them, don't blow them up out of proportion, don't live in hope. Just look at what is now in front of you and move from there. For your community, family, friends, connections, you have the Hangman. This is Piscean energy here. There might be a pause that you might be taking with a family member or a person in your community, or they with you. This is to get more information. This is to look at a situation for what it is rather than what's being presented. This is going to require you to find balance in yourself to access this opportunity or this moving forward here. I feel like something needs to be kind of moved away from so you can find perspective, but also find peace from it, and then make a decision, and then reconnect. It's about kind of taking your energy out of the game so that you can have a different perspective here, and that's entirely fine. So just do what you need to do to take your time for yourself. For your health energy, you have, my phone is going off, you have reflection here. This is the Hermit for health. It's interesting because right next to each other, these two cards, the Hangman and the Hermit, this is, I don't want to say isolation because it doesn't feel necessarily like isolation, but it's very much about taking time for yourself, doing what's fair for yourself, especially like in your health energy. With the Hermit, this can talk about spiritual health, the people that you have around you, is the information that I'm getting from my community, my spiritual, religious community, healthy for me. Here, it's almost as if like we have to take a pause, we have to assess, we have to look. Physically, this can mean doing what's right for you, doing what feels right for you, kind of putting other people's opinions aside so that you can get grounded within what feels appropriate for you to do when it comes to your health and decisions. And we're going to be looking at the long term rather than the momentary. So just be available to do what you need to do for you without having other people's interjections or opinions influence you. For finances and career, you have the Justice card here. So the Justice card is great for this. It can talk about fairness in the workplace, equal give and take. It can talk about being able to ascend more financially. This can also talk if there's any legal matters in a situation. There may have been a pause or the process in the interim energy. You may have an opportunity go in your favor if there's any type of legality that's associated with this. Generally, it's asking you to keep your head on straight, not be reactive. It's just keep your nose to the grindstone, do what you need to do so that you can have a better outcome rather than influencing things any further. For your relationship connections, energies, you have the Ace of Cups, which is really nice. So this can talk about new opportunities coming into your life, expressions of love, connections with partners. For those of you who are in existing relationships, this can talk a lot about going out on a date, expressing your love in a different way, connecting with your partner in simple ways. Hey, hon, here's a cup of coffee. Hey, babe, here, I made dinner. I know you're really tired from work. I know you've been juggling, whatever. It's kind of like being the buffer, being the support, being the present energy for your partner because you know that they need it to a certain degree. Overall, though, it's very loving, it's very warm, it's very considerate and compassionate and mindful. So I do like that energy for you, Leo. For those of you who are single here, this can talk about connecting with people where you have a lot to express with each other. You feel like you're on the same page with each other. It feels good to talk to them, share, and kind of like have that banter back and forth. It's a very loving and expressive energy. It doesn't have to be like romantic in its nature. It can just be we're enjoying each other's company. It's kind of the beginning stages of something. It's the beginning of communication. With aces, you need to nurture them into existence. Just because you get an ace doesn't mean that everything just comes with it. Like when that spark is there, blow on it, let it grow, build it up into a fire, like let that grow. Overall though, I feel like you may be having some really good opportunities to connect with new people if you are single and looking. What you don't see coming, you have the Five of Crystals. This can be a decrease in money. This can be losing a situation. It's kind of interesting because it's like here I'm saying, we're in favor of you legally, but there also may be some hits that you take. You may win an opportunity if there is associations with like work or, legal matters, but it doesn't mean that you go unscathed. It doesn't mean that you go without having to fork over money or deal with some sort of ramification that may destabilize you for a time period. Overall, this is not the end of the world. This is just a blip and it's uncomfortable, but it's not something that should stall you forever. And on a lighter note of that energy, it can also talk about starting from ground zero. It's like when you have little to nothing, it's also, you may feel like you have nothing, but it's also an opportunity for you to relaunch yourself, to change your perspective, to move in a different way that is not encumbered by burden. You've already dealt with the burden. Now we're going to move forward so that you can rebuild your energy, rebuild yourself, rebuild your money. Oftentimes the Five of Pentacles crystals in this deck will talk about money. So there may be a little bit of a dip in finances, but I would say just be in the present moment and do what you can to move forward without being without having that become too much of a hindrance, okay? So that's what I have for you, Leo. I hope this is helpful. Like, share, subscribe if you want to, and for a personal reading, contact me. My info is in the description box below. Take care, guys. Bye.